Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the In the Ring Show with your host, Devious Damien. Just finished watching Extreme Rules, so now here's my review. Open the show with Randy Orton versus Kane. Disappointing match. Falls count anywhere. Most falls count anywhere matches are better than this. This one sucked. Randy Orton wins after an RKO off the on the chair. Next we had Brodus Clay versus Dolph Ziggler. Pretty sad when Brodus Clay can get a bigger pop than Randy Orton, and Randy Orton's supposed to be one of the top baby faces in the company. Just saying. Another match that was, not that great. Brodus Clay wins, not surprising. So next, we had another shit match. Cody Rhodes versus Big Show for the Intercontinental title. And what was, they spun this wheel and it turned out to be a tables match. And Cody Rhodes wins via fluke victory because he dropped kicks Big Show. Big Show, one foot goes off the apron, goes to the table. Cody Rhodes gets the fluke victory. Oh, and before I forget, Santino beat The Miz in the pre-show to retain the U.S. title. Got that out of the way. Then we had the World Heavyweight Championship match. WWE, why do you continue to shit all over what's supposed to be your top two championships? Sheamus retains against Daniel Bryan in the 2 out of 3 falls match. And then, as if it wasn't bad enough that they shit all over the World Heavyweight title, a squash match. They put a fucking squash match on a pay-per-view. Now, I know some of you can say the Brodus Clay match was somewhat of a squash match. Okay, maybe. But it didn't feature two indie guys who nobody knows and they're never going to hear from again. Ryback comes out and he beats two guys who nobody knows about, at least as far as the WWE goes. Nobody knows about them, nobody cares. They were there just to get squashed by... And why they even put this match on a pay-per-view is beyond me. I am glad I didn't pay a dime to watch this fucking shit. This event was shit. I'm sorry, it sucked. So after that, we get the WWE Championship match. In a match that was okay. Sheamus and Bryan and Punk and Jericho were the only two matches that were passable tonight. Well, Cena and Lesnar was okay, but Punk, Jericho, and Bryan and Sheamus were the two best matches of the night. The Bella Twins, or excuse me, Brie or Nikki, whichever, I don't fucking care. One of the Bella sluts was defending against who turned out to be Layla. Layla becomes the new Divas champion. Wow, WWE. Do you know how to take opportunities and just whip out your dick and piss all over it? Tonight would have been a great night to bring Karma back and finish her business with the Bellas. And then, have her move on to Beth Phoenix. Have her feud with the Bella Twins for a month or two. Then when Beth is ready to return, you have her feud with Beth. But instead of doing the logical thing, giving the fans something they might want to see, nope, you march Layla out there. Now, Layla got a decent reaction, I won't deny it, but Karma would have been so much better. I don't know why WWE continues to piss all over opportunities. So then we finally get the match that this show was built around. Cena versus Lesnar. Now at first, Lesnar commences to fucking John Cena up. And I was so happy because I was hoping beyond hoping that that was going to continue that way. That Lesnar was going to fuck Cena's shit up so badly that nobody recognized Cena in his hometown. I was praying for it. But of course, apparently the WWE brought in Brock Lesnar and is paying him $5 million to be Cena's little bitch. But who's more to blame is what I want to know. Was it WWE's decision to have Cena lose? Or as a member of the vaunted Breakfast Club, did Cena use backstage politics to get his way? And I'm leaning more towards the latter. I think that Brock was supposed to win, but Cena used his political power and he says, oh, no, no, no. I am not putting Brock Lesnar over. I won't do that. I won't do that for an overpaid guy who's only going to be here 1 year. Oh, no, I won't. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for me to go over, but that's okay. I'm John Cena, and I can use my political card anytime I want. It doesn't matter if it makes any sense or not. So let me get this straight, Cena. It's okay for you to job to that piece of shit, Lord Tensai. That motherfucker who thinks he's the Great Muta, but quite frankly, who will never be worthy to suck the Great Muta's dick, alright? If I were the Great Muta, I would not have Lord Tensai lick the scum from the bottom of my boot, because that's how big of a piece of shit Lord Tensai is. He wishes he could be the Great Muta, but he is not and never will be. Fuck you, Lord Tensai. Quit ripping off the Great Muta. Go suck a dick. So, Cena, you'll put that Great Muta wannabe, wish he could be over, you'll job to him. But when it comes to jobbing to Brock Lesnar, oh, no, 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 I won't do that. Fuck off. But, okay, but even if we pretend for a minute, even if we assume that maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's not Cena's fault, if it was in fact the WWE who made this decision, then you know what, WWE? Shame on you. Shame on you for putting Cena over against Brock Lesnar. Or did you do it? I have wondered if the WWE, the only reason WWE was going to let Cena go over is because they knew Brock would fuck his shit up. And that was the only way they could stop Cena from suing. Because, do you know how bad Brock could have hurt him tonight? If y'all thought that Brock was hurting him before, do you know what Brock could have legit done? That Nels Comoras, he could have broken Cena's arm within a second's notice. And half of me does wonder now, come to think of it, if the WWE did put Cena over, because Cena said, hey, if you don't put me over, I'll sue your ass for whatever Brock does to me out there. So they had to keep their golden boy fucking happy. And make sure he wins so he don't sue, he doesn't leave. WWE, get the fucking point. You had guys who made you a shit ton of money before Cena, and when Cena is long gone and an afterthought, and nobody remembers who the fuck he is anymore, there will be guys then that will make you money too. Cena is not the end-all, be-all of your money-making right now. Yeah, he's the man right now, but when he's long gone, you'll have to rely on somebody else, and then somebody else will be making you money, and it's a continuing cycle. Hogan, Austin, The Rock, Cena. The point is, when you laid on one guy, he left, you found another. When that guy left, you found another. When that guy left, you found another. The point is, there's always going to be somebody else in that spot. There's always going to be. Nobody is bigger than the wrestling business. Nobody. Not Hulk Hogan, not John Cena, not The Rock, not Stone Cold, not anybody. You know, and I know you're saying, I thought you were talking about Extreme Rules, but I am talking about Extreme Rules. And here's the problem I have with Cena winning. You know, okay, on second thought, I'm not going to blame Cena. I'm blaming the WWE straight up. I've changed my mind. I'm not blaming Cena. I'm blaming the WWE. Because it's almost like they're afraid to step on their golden boy's toes. God forbid we piss John Cena off. Vince, Triple H, Boronitis, whichever one of you is in fucking charge, get the clue. Cena will leave eventually. Sooner or later, he will become too old to be able to do this shit, and he'll ride off into the sunset. And when that day comes, guess what? Somebody else will come in and make you a shit ton of money, just like Cena has. And just like The Rock and Austin, and Hogan before. Point is, Vince, anybody is replaceable. I mean, come on, really. You know, you basically... And the other reason I have such a problem with Cena going over is all momentum, all heat that Brock Lesnar had, you just took and you took a big shit all over it. Because now you've just taken Brock Lesnar's aura of invincibility and flushed it down the toilet. So now tell me how, if Brock and Cena face each other in another pay-per-view, how, as a fan, I'm supposed to believe that Brock can beat Cena now. Like, now Brock is supposed to be this unstoppable monster, but yet all it takes... You know, he was supposed to be this big, tough MMA fighter, but yet he loses with just one attitude adjustment on the steel steps. Because did you notice that Cena had, before hitting him with the chain and then the attitude on the steel steps, Cena had virtually 0% offense that match? And yet it takes 2 moves to put Brock Lesnar down? But yet you created this big aura of invincibility for Lesnar before the pay-per-view, only to shit on it when the show actually gets here? Are you serious? WWE, get your head out of your fucking ass. Make up your mind. Either a character is supposed to be a monster, they're supposed to be invincible, or they're not. It's that simple. And you do the same thing with Kane. You talk about, oh, he's such a monster, the big red monster, and he loses it, and tonight what happens? 1 RKO on a chair and he's done. Excuse me, if he were a legit monster, whether it was on a chair or not, it would take more than 1 RKO to put him down. Randy Orton should have had to RKO him about 3-4 times before he defeated him, if you want us to believe Kane's this big, terrifying monster that you cast him to be. You know, WWE, you gotta... If you're going to insist upon, you know, giving people in like this aura of invincibility or a monster gimmick, don't do it 1 minute when it's convenient for you, but then shit on it the very next minute. Especially when the only reason you're shitting on it is, you know, in Kane's case, you shit on his monster thing to benefit Randy Orton. And then, when it came to Brock's aura of invincibility, you shit on that, and for what? To avoid pissing off your fucking golden boy. Well, fuck you. And WWE, I am glad I did not waste any money on this shit pay-per-view you put on tonight. It was shit. It was a D show. The only reason I'm not flunking this show is because of the 2 matches that were okay. Only reason I'm not flunking this fucking pay-per-view. Because in my opinion, Brock losing tonight just took all the momentum for Cena and Lesnar feud and just flushed it down the fucking toilet. Way to go, WWE. You fucked up tonight's show. Not only did you fucking shit on your championships, you shit on Kane, and you shit on Brock Lesnar. You basically took a dump all over everything tonight, WWE. Way to go. Way to put on a shitty fucking pay-per-view. For the In the Ring show, this is Devious Damien signing out. Good night, everybody.